very early on, my father-in-law, when Carmen and I were dating, he saw that the relationship was progressing along, and gave some fatherly advice. It was wise advice that encouraged me to attempt making a budget.
And just with starting with that, just by writing down every dollar you spent, because not everyone, does that. And
one of the goals is, as we were dating before we got married, and we discussed that we knew we wanted Carmen to be able to stay home with our children. Once, if and when God decided to bless us with children. And so one of the things that we did is we developed a budget that was based on just my income. So we learned, even though we were both working prior to children, we based a budget that was off of my income. Again, kind of recording the expenses as we moved into our married life. So to make this budget work, we made some conscious decisions, like driving older cars. We went without cable television. For a long time, only one of us had a cell phone, and some things like that. And we were cautious of how often or how frequently we would eat out and those sort of things. And part of the goals that God laid upon our hearts was this idea of really being totally debt free, having the freedom to not be bound by financial obligations. And so the first home we purchased, by the grace of God, we were able to put down about 34% on our first home, which again was just thanks to God's blessing and direction.
And it might have looked more modest than some of our friends' homes, just because a lot of times people look at, what will the bank loan me? This is what our income is, so this is the maximum house that we can afford. And so because we felt like God really wanted us to focus on paying that house off, the house was a little bit smaller and modest than some other people that, it looked differently.
Through a short-term mission trip to Brazil, God confirmed that He was calling our family to missions. In human terms, it didn't make sense. I had a great job. We had financial flexibility. This newer home. But we learned that God was using all of those experiences so that when He called us, we could listen. 2006 was a whirlwind year for us. We had grown discontent with our first starter home. We thought it was a starter home. Carmen's mom had passed away from bone cancer at age 50. Our second child was born, which adds a whole new dynamic to our family. But I think most importantly, a friend at our church had taken some time to really disciple me, something that hadn't happened before really at all. And through this process of discipleship, he had me read a book by John Piper, Don't Waste Your Life, and really caused us to start to question how we were living, how we were prioritizing everything, including our finances. And as we started to recognize that God was calling my family to missions, we could look back and reflect upon not only all the turmoil that was going on in 2006, but then also looking back at our finances and realizing that we have been blessed with a great opportunity.
One exciting thing for me throughout basically childhood and adulthood is that through faithful tithing and honoring God with our finances first, it's just exciting to see how He's always provided in abundance. Not only has He met all of our needs, but then He's blessed in abundance. And an important thing for us to try to remember is not to be selfish with that, but to see ways that we can use that because it's God's, and how can we use that for Him.